Howdy, y'all. Yo, GUARDSMANOM here. So, I got threatened earlier today with jail time by one of our newest viewers. Funny thing is, I live in the #1 place in the entire state where police continue to call home. Matter of fact, I'm sitting right here at the Starbucks. And lo and behold, this is the #1 place where all law enforcement in the city of Blythe, matter of fact, anywhere between here and Havasu, come to for coffee in the morning. So, well, I guess they better get their asses in gear, huh? They're supposed to come and arrest me, huh? Oh wait, that's right. They don't go and arrest people for false claims. Matter of fact, they turn it around and arrest the person who's making the false claim. See, if the claim was reality, if it was real, I wouldn't be coming to you right now. I would not be making this video. I wouldn't have the ability to. I'd be in silver bracelets. So this feller is making empty threats and online cyberbullying. And as it stands, you know my stance on that. I'm going to let you talk yourself into a corner. And you know what? If you go and make a stupid move, that's on you. I don't censor people. You know, I might pick off one of your comments because I don't like the way that you're talking to me. Consider this, I don't like bullies. Never been a fan of them. But I'll let you talk your piece because, I consider all information to be valid. So I let this man talk his piece, and he talked himself right into a corner. Tom Green, if you're listening, I'm talking at you, son. Yeah. I live in literally the most law enforcement thick freaking city in the entire state of California. There are more law enforcement officers here with abso-fucking-lutely nothing to do than any other city in the state. Imagine that. The one place in the entire state where they've got abso-fucking-lutely nothing to do. And they really just aren't bothering. I don't see nobody. Here we are, it is, I can't tell what time it is. Three hours till sundown. Sundown is 6:45-ish. About 3 in the afternoon. This guy was harassing me during the early hours of the day. I've been sitting here all day. So either A, he didn't call the fucking FBI and say what he was going to say, and make a big ass spiel, or he called them, they investigated, and they arrested his ass. And so he's not watching this video. So it's been grand. I love y'all. And I can't wait to see who's going to come to that challenge and make that comfort food. Whatever comfort food floats your boat, I don't care. I want to see. Because, me, I'm a foodie. I love good food. I like good beer. I like good wine. I like good food. And I like good times. And that's what I always strive for. So, y'all have a blessed day. And even you, Tom, you have a blessed day. Hopefully this doesn't go too harshly for you. Hopefully you don't go do something stupid and go to jail. Because, believe it or don't, I don't want that for you. Even though you do want that for me, obviously. I just like to oust people for being the assholes that they are. Call it my anti-bully bone, if you will. Because, you know, I'm a nice guy. I really am. I'd take strays in off the street. I fucking go out of my way to help people who are stuck on the side of the road. I go out of my way to make sure that police are not harassing people unlawfully or unduly. That's part of my duties as a Minuteman. I go out of my way, and trust me, it's out of my way. Let me put it this way. I don't have anything that is declaratively something I have to do that's something that you don't have to do. You have to stand up and have an opinion. That's America. Welcome to. You have to be a good person. Otherwise, you end up going to jail. Welcome to America. You have to have love for your fellow man. Otherwise, people aren't going to like you very much. And, you know, as it turns out, I don't hold hatred for any human being in my heart. I really don't. I don't even hate the guy that stabbed me in the chest, and that should tell you something. I don't hate him. I find distaste for the fact that he still smokes methamphetamines and still, you know, is quote-unquote untouchable. I don't like that. But I like the idea that, you know, where nobody's untouchable, and situation is that if you fuck up, you have to deal with the consequences. Let me point this out to you. I make it a point of pride that I don't fuck up very often. As a matter of fact, I don't fuck up. There's a reason why I was not convicted of a felony just recently after, unfortunately, having to do the job of the animal control because they would not appropriately, or for that matter at all, respond to a phone call. And it was a necessitation of, I need somebody to come and take these animals so that they can be assessed for possibly having a viral infection. They wouldn't take the phone call. My options were limited. One, let the cats go outside and let them just be part of nature, which is wrong, and if somebody else got attacked by those animals, I would be responsible. The other option, as disagreeable as it sounds, is the actual lawful option. And it's unfortunate. I'm not happy with it. I don't like having to do that. I mean, look at it this way. I'm a security guard and a YouTuber. But my credentials say that I'm a veterinary technician. Imagine that. I'm like one of the few people in Blythe that's actually qualified to put an animal down that is sick or in obvious distress or pain. I'm one of the like 5, 6, 7 people that's in this little tiny city that's actually legally qualified. Now, I'm not going to go and do it. I don't like doing it. That's not something that I got into being a veterinary technician for. I got into being a veterinary technician because I wanted to help animals, because I wanted to go and, you know, take care of animals. Because I love animals. Because I consider an animal to be just the same as a human. We're all animals. And while I consider it wrong to kill one of your own species, there you go. We're all animals. Alright? I want to be able to help. If those animals are hurt, or if they are displaced, say they were stuck in the outside where they would become hawk fodder. Because we have a lot of red-tailed hawks here. A lot of red-tailed hawks. Those kittens were out in the elements. Nobody else was going to go and pick them up off the ground and take care of them. They were in my yard, which means that I had to take care of them. That's my job, my duty. They're in my yard. They're on my property. I mean, for all intents and purposes, remember that I'm a security guard and I get free rent from being a security guard. And so therefore, for all intents and purposes, it's my property, but it's actually the other guy's property, but it's also my property. It's funny how those rules work out, but it's real. That's the reality of it. Those animals, I had no idea that they were sick. I had genuine intention to take care of them and to show them love and kindness and provide them with a loving home. I was forced, and I'm not happy about that. However, I am qualified. And I find serious distaste with the fact that nobody else is coming to your rescue. You got to do it. This guy can't get that through his head. He doesn't understand that a situation necessitated that the outcome that, came about. I would have rathered that, somebody else did it. Honestly. I don't want to have to do that. I would have rathered that somebody else had to do that. But at the same time, I can't bring myself to foist that upon someone. All right? I know the law, and it was my intention to follow the law. But when that cannot be, there are specific workarounds. Yes, I still got charged. Of course. That's how this works. You're going to get charged. But if you're not convicted, that's the deal. I wasn't convicted of animal cruelty. Matter of fact, I was convicted of mercy. That's what I was. You know what? If you want to know what the court's conviction about me was that I could not bear to watch an animal suffer unduly. That's what their conviction was. They didn't convict me of a felony. They dismissed the case because they could not find wrongdoing. Because I, A, followed the law. B, understand the law. And C, showed them the law. Which is why I'm not in a jail cell right now, or on, probation, or in prison or something. Because I did the right thing. This is important. Okay? Yes, you're going to go to jail. Yes, you're going to end up getting charged. No, if you follow the law exactly, you are not going to get convicted. And that's the defining factor. That's the difference between me saying, oh, well, I'm a felon, or I'm not a felon. Because I'm competent. I know the difference between, oh, that's a conviction, or, oh, that's not a conviction. That's a supposition. See? Most Americans have to be lawyers anyways. Because if you're not a lawyer, you are responsible for your lawyer not doing his job. Did you know that? Here in the United States, if your lawyer does not do his job and you have the ability to stop him, you are responsible for his fuck up. And you have to deal with the consequences. I don't like it. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure nobody likes it. I think that's one of the major sticking points for people on whether or not they like lawyers. Most of the time, the lawyer is supposed to defend you. But if their own incompetency or their own unwillingness to act in a situation where their action is necessitated reduces you in legal status, and you do not act against that person with the lawful means, let's make this clear, with lawful means, you are responsible for what that man did, or woman, or what have you. Okay? I'm not doing this gender bullshit. I call it man because human. It's not human, it's human. Man is a connotation for human. Okay? If you get butthurt over that, fucking 5, 6, 7 words for you. Don't melt on me, snowflake. Don't melt on me, snowflake. In other words, go away. I love all, you know, and I'll give everybody benefit of a doubt. Matter of fact, I'll even go as far as to let you do things that normal people would not get away with on other channels. I'll let people talk shit. Just so long as it's in jest. Okay? We all love having a good old joke amongst us. We're adults. That's what this channel's about. Alright? You have the maturity to know that these situations arise. And that, of course, you're going to have to deal with them at some point in time in your life. Now, I've heard it from a dozen different people. I can't blame you for what you did, dude. Matter of fact, I think you did the right thing. That's a dozen different fucking people. Matter of fact, somebody who I consider to be one of my best friends in the world. Alright, this is a guy that you won't see him here on YouTube. He's very reclusive. But he's also a really good dude. At first, he was like, dude, you can't do that. That's wrong. You know, and then he had a situation happen because it was spring. You know, spring getting into summer. And so, of course, there's going to be a lot of baby animals around. And unfortunately, you know, he has a job. So he goes to work and he works really hard and he pays attention to his job and does his job like a good man. Okay? I want to make this clear. He is a good dude. He had the unfortunate situation that he didn't look underneath a lawnmower, a right-on-top lawnmower, before turning it on. It happens. It does. I don't blame him for that. He had no knowledge that they were even there. Okay? It hurts. Don't get me wrong, every time I hear about something like that, it hurts. Wanton loss of life is not something that I like or enjoy. Alright? So, I want to make it clear to y'all. There are some folks out there that are out of their minds and see a situation and judge it before they've even had a chance to look at it. And this can be everyday average Joes. It doesn't even have to be somebody on a social media account. Okay? They look at you and go, oh, that's so wrong! And then they have a situation in their life that makes them go, oh no, I was wrong. You see what I'm saying? You can't judge others before you've had a chance to deal with the situation yourself. Which is precisely why, you know, I honestly respect every form of life. All of it. If a form of life takes my life, I will respect that, because it was a form of life. Now, if that's a human being, I'm sure other human beings will go, well, you did wrong. But at the same time, if an animal were to do that, people would be like, oh, well, that's a wild animal. It's going to do that, right? This is the point, okay? I don't hold any hardness in my heart for any actions that are taken when the situation calls for those actions. It's precisely why when a fella ended up having that happen, and you know what, I couldn't hold anything against him. For one, you know, I'd already been through a situation where I'd unfortunately had no choice but to look it in the face. I mean, think about that. That's hard to do. You have to do this to something that you love. That's difficult. And then on top of that, you have to look at what you are doing as you do it. If that's not painful, I don't know what is. And the fact that he didn't even have the choice to stop and, you know, not do, you know, but it happened. You know, I can't hold that against him. But if we were to go with the law itself, the way that the law reads, what I did was lawful. What he did was, legally speaking, animal cruelty. Legally speaking. Now, that's not what the intent was. And I know that for a fact. I have seen this man and how he deals with animals and how, you know, what he does to try and help animals. And this guy doesn't even hunt. All right? So that should give you some perspective on this. He doesn't hunt. I do. I do so lawfully. And I do so with wild animals, not domesticated animals. That's an important factor here. Okay? Hunting is a sacred act. It is not something that you just go and fucking do. Oh, woo, death. No. It is a sacred act. Sustenance and spirit. That's why people don't understand, I guess. Some people will never understand. And you know what? I'm good with that. If they're that stupid that that's what they're going to live with, and, you know, they do not realize the situation can arise where an animal, given the same opportunity, would look at you like food. You got to remember, that's how animals think. Are you food, are you a threat, or are you family? Those are your three options. Food, threat, family. Pray to God you're family. That's my point. Okay? A wild animal is going to give you the same opportunity as a hunter will. The difference is that a hunter considers it sacred. An animal doesn't fucking care. Okay? This is my point. I do things lawfully. Because I've been in bad situations. I've seen horrible things happen. And I recognize that what we want for is for law and order. We do not want to have chaos and barbarism. Trust me in this. I'd still come out on top? Yeah, but still, I, Blaine Price, do not want chaos or barbarism. I want for law, order, and respect. So, please, look at things logically. Because what you do to others with your words is far more destructive than whatever I could do with a firearm. I want you to be very understanding of this. Because a situation arises a lot of the time that we go and we react and we say things that we really wouldn't say if we knew all of the information in the situation. Matter of fact, you know what? I try not to judge folks because, judge not for ye shall be judged. But when it comes down to it, if you're going to go and tear into somebody because, for what reason I can't understand, I don't know, maybe you get something out of it, whatever. But if you're going to go and tear into somebody just because, that's not an adult thing to do. That's not a rational thing to do. There's no logic in that. There's no reason in that. Alright? Now, I do a lot of jokes on here, and I make a lot of freaking parody videos. Okay, woo. So, we're adults. We know those are parodies. We're not stupid. Hell, in the description of every single one of my videos that is not okay for children to view, there is a disclaimer. It says, not for audiences under 18 years of age. Or it says not for children, or it says explicit material, or it says harsh realities. Come on, people. I make sure that you know what you are watching. I make sure that you understand what the situation is. Because I don't want you to make a rash decision. Now, just so happens, I'm pretty sure Mr. Green made a rash decision because I haven't seen word one from this dude since. Not one. But at the same time, that's not to say that, he's been arrested. I wouldn't wish that on him. But if you're going to call in a false report, you're going to jail. So, make sure that your report has some freaking meat to it, man. I'd rather that I went to jail than you went to jail. Think about that. I would rather that I have to deal with those people than force you to deal with those people. Because they are not your friend. They do not have the compassion in their hearts that I do. And they do not care. I took your slanderous jab at my service. I took your slanderous jab at my character. And I pointed out to you all the reasons why that's wrong. Instead of going and starting a whole different field of shit by calling in a harassment on you, which I very well could have. Believe it or don't, what you are doing on my YouTube account is and can be considered cyberbullying. It's illegal. I don't bully people. I go around, I make jokes, I laugh. I give out facts, which I know to be true. If my facts are skewed, then I accept those facts that are skewed and then I move on. Alright? But I don't go out there shouting at the top of my lungs, or my keyboard for that matter, you need to go to jail, you need to go to an institution because you're crazy and you're a danger to others. Bro, forget about the fact that I'd take a fucking bullet for your ass and I don't even know who the fuck you are. Perhaps, maybe you should check yourself, brother. Reality is, I was a Boy Scout. Actually. I was a Star Scout, then I was a two-feather. From being a two-feather scout, I went and joined up with the United States Patriot Army Militia. I'm a patriot. I love my country. And I love the ability that we have to converse and relay information. I do not like being attacked. And you will find that out. I'm not saying that as a threat, rather as a promise. You're going to find out, probably not from me, but from somebody who knows me and has known me since I was a little kid or something. Because they take that shit personally, dude. It just so happens I love everybody. I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Hell, I wouldn't even beat up on bullies in my school when I was a kid. Until I'd been struck physically. Not microaggressions, not that, oh, well, you called me a bad, nasty name. No. You want to see a microaggression, motherfucker? Put your hands on me. I'll microaggressively slam your forehead in the ground. Until you do that, though, I won't do nothing. See how that works? I don't want to start nothing. I don't want it to be nothing. And matter of fact, I'd rather that we just smile, nod, and go about our separate ways. Because we're good folk. Everybody who come over to the GUARDSMANOM channel know that I yell and I holler and I scream because it's funny. I make all sorts of political jabs and shit because it's funny. I consider us to be a community. And that everybody has the right to dissent. Everybody. That's not just you, Tom. Oh, by the way, Tom Green is not Cat in a Hat, all right? We're two different people. I need to be careful about that. Cat, I love you, brother. I'm not talking about you, brother. This is somebody entirely different who is going and throwing his shit out there and making everybody's life horrible. He's trying to go and bomb people's videos because, I don't know, street cred or something. Whatever, I don't care, okay? You know, as it goes, if he goes and calls the FBI or whatever, I'll be more than happy to turn over all of my screenshots that I took of our little conversation over to the FBI so that they have everything they need, okay? I'm not threatening anybody. I said that you accused someone of debauchery and that they don't like that. And me personally, being the person I am, I would run and hide because I don't want to end up being the guy who has to shoot back. You accused me of being the guy who wants to. And this is my issue. So, to my FBI agent who constantly watches my videos for any opportunity to go and fuck me over, hey bro, here's your treat. Take him out. He's all yours. I wash my hands and step back. If it is to be, it is up to thee, not me. And yes, I quoted scripture for good reason. I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a patriot of our country. And I would rather that law enforcement do its job and do it right than have them be used against their own will. Nobody wants to go and put somebody in jail for something they didn't do. Nobody wants to go and put somebody in jail for something that was misconstrued. So, leave it up to you. It's out of my hands. As always, much love. Y'all taters, have a good day. Leave me a heads up down in the old commentator section below. And I love you.